Two things to be very aware while learning Jiu-Jitsu with world champions online. Hi, Professor Marcelo from Gracie Barra in Canada, and today I'll go a little deeper into those details to make the best out of your learning experience online. But before I move on, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. Alright, the first thing I'd like to highlight is the difference between what you learn and what has been taught, right? So when you're learning from a world champion, sometimes even when it's like a tutorial made for beginners, sometimes the beginner, just by watching the video, trying to grasp all that information, is not able to see the hidden details or to understand the concepts, all the concepts involved. Because you cannot look into Jiu-Jitsu and try to study like as a step-by-step only. Things are dynamic, so trying to understand the concepts and have a great understanding of all the details of all the pieces that are moving during that sequence or that technique, it's not trivial. This means actually that you can attend a World Champion seminar, or you pay the tutorial online and you study that, like you watch that many times and you really take your notes, you do whatever in your power, under your control, to make the best of it. But the lack of knowledge that you have as a beginner, it might compromise what you learn, and that's my point. So because you're learning from a world champion, like, you have to be careful that, okay, let me see if I can understand the concepts, if I understand the system involved, like the variables here, what's the consequence if I move my leg to this side, or if I have this grip. So maybe those are kind of questions that at the moment, at the seminar, or when you're watching the video, you didn't fully understand, and that becomes a problem. But if instead of trying to memorize the step-by-step that has been taught, you try to understand the concepts and the system itself, right? Really the details of it, trying to break it down as much as you can. And I think that's the right approach. That would at least make your learning closer to really what has been taught, and closing that gap, you're moving in the right direction. Important to mention as well, like, your best feedback will be try and error. You need to practice that, or in a competition, or like of course before you're gonna practice at your school, and you're gonna try to execute that under pressure, and that's how you're gonna see what's really working and what's not, if you really learn, and you're gonna be able to like tweak the technique, or maybe like see other opportunities from that position. So I think that's the right direction that you should pursue. My second advice is related to the mental aspect. Like, when you learn from a world champion, you feel so confident that technique works, because you believe that that guy is teaching you that, like, with all his credibility, that's going to work for sure in your game, right? I think that's a natural thing. He has, or she has the credibility to teach you something that's going to really be effective. But part of it, it can be truly effective, no doubt. Like, he's a world champion, these guys are amazing, but they put a lot of effort trying to understand the technique in a way that they can surprise their opponents. They have been training a lot as well. So it's for sure, it's a special, no doubt about it. But I think the mental component makes a huge difference as well. Because you believe it's going to work, that actually helps you to make it work. So if you're learning from a world champion, gives you the confidence, the boost to insist more on the technique, that's a good thing. And that's probably one of the factors that will allow you to succeed, because the fight game is very mental. It's a lot on how confident and how strong we believe in something. So if that's the case, that's amazing. So if you feel this boost of confidence when you're learning from a champion, that's a great thing, but don't forget that is the technique and your confidence behind it that's improving your chances of success. All right, try to keep these things in your mind before going to class or training, and let me know how you felt afterwards. See if that makes sense now that you're more aware of those tips. And see you guys on the next video.